I'm having picture of him, so I'll just, and I'm having 3 letters. They are in French, but that was with the letters. There were 2 pictures and a journal article about a crash in Summerside, and 4 pilots disappeared. I thought that was linked, but he didn't die there, so maybe it's about a friend, or I don't know. But this is where I start. So I would like us to look at the letter before going through what I found. Some are here, but if you see on the envelope, he has done a little draw. He was training in Centralia and thinking about his fiancée, and he draw her, I believe he was just be above the Saint Laurent at this point, or at the lake. I don't know where Centralia is exactly.
It's in basically southwest Ontario, a little bit off of Lake Huron, and it was a major Air Force training base.
So it's probably Lake Huron.
Off of Lake Huron.
Yeah. So when I look at the back of the envelope, I find out he was a Royal Canadian Air Force. And if I turn back, I just would like you to look at, when I read the letter at first, I saw X. I'm like, what are the X's between the sentence? And it took me 2-3 times reading it to understand that every time he was saying her name or my love or an adjective to talk about her, my faithful, my, oh my gosh, he is talking so much. He were putting kisses above the name or the adjective that was for her. And I'm just, because I know I'm going to read it in French, and some people won't understand maybe. At some point, I believe she asked about Léo Frigon. I didn't have the time, and I didn't have the internet, because that was taking 15 minutes to have 1 pages. So I kept my focus, on my soldier, but this is something I would definitively go further later on. So she asked about Léo Frigon, and he said he stayed in Summerside. This is what I know from. So that guy was just moving from Summerside to Centralia, and he said to her, you see, and this is before Dieppe, we know it. Yesterday I had 25 friends. Today, not yesterday, last Sunday I had 25 friends. Today, only 3 left from this group of guys, because they are gone overseas. He says, see, my love, I'll have to make new friends. And I was thinking when we were in Dieppe, I was thinking about his friends. They might be dead there. And I don't know if they were all Centralia. I don't know if it's only Air Force. It's something I didn't presume. So I don't know how many Air Force are there either. I'm an ignorant. But, you know, speaking about lighting fire, this experience light my fire. Now I want to know everything I could. So he says as well an anecdote about the guys always hide their letters underneath their mattress, their mattress, and they forgot this when they were transferred. It was like, and he says they burned it, and I'm pretty sure you're upset with that. I hope you will. And at the end, he put kisses, and he was a romantic one, and a cutie too. You can see. Yeah, and he says, I love you to à la folie. I don't know how to translate that in English. Madly. Yeah. So to me, it seems like, and he says, I belong to you for all my life. So many times. And so I'll just let this goes around. this is my starting point. It's my mother that bought this in an antique shop, and she sent it to me because she knows I'm living in Cold Lake. This is an Air Force base. She knows my husband is military, and she's like, maybe you can know more and you can give me more information because I'm a romantic and I found this, and I think this is very sad that someone gave away this letter. So it was in 2016. At this point, I didn't know I would ever do a tour like I'm doing today. But I'm like, 2 years later, is it too late, Mom? She said, no, that's good. I was wondering why they give that letter away. So I found Bilodeau. I was trying to find Bilodeau to try to find Marie-Jeanne, because the letter is addressed to Marie-Jeanne Bilodeau. And I wrote to 140 Bilodeau in the corner of Sherbrooke on Facebook to try to find them. I got some answer. People telling me, no, we will ask to our grand-uncle or grandma, but I didn't find her. But I believe she's died because she would never let go that letter or these letters. So I was wondering. Okay, so I'll start with his, and I'm glad I picked him because we have been focused a lot on the ground and not a lot on about the air. So I'm like, that would be a good agreement, a good addition to this tour. I will ask Blake to talk in a little bit about Düsseldorf.
Yes, sure.
If you don't mind, because he's better than I to explain, first of all, in English, and second, he knows more than I do about Düsseldorf. Okay, so let's start. My guy doesn't have his grave, but listen, I have a friend, she's doing the walk, the military walk. They walk 40K every day.
Hi, Megan.
And she texts me, she's like, Nancy, you are Vimy. I'm behind you, I'm going to be Vimy tomorrow. I'm like, ah. And she said, Nancy, I'm like, where are you? Because we couldn't meet your troop with our guys. Maybe I can talk to the guys. And she's like, no, we're going to Netherlands. Oh, no way. Where are you? She's like, oh, we're going to Groesbeck tomorrow. This is where my guy is. So I'm like, would you please pay him a visit, take a picture for me to his grave? She did it. She went with her troop and they salute my guy. So I was so glad because I don't take as much visit, but, and I know that because, I just need a minute.
Take any time.
I know that because I couldn't find anything about him. Any picture, anything, any letter, nothing. I find nothing. So this is why Blake helped me a lot. So, and maybe on another tour I would go. I would like to go. Sorry. Joseph Henri Charles Legault was an officer pilot for the Royal Air Force. He was an air gunner on Halifax bomber. And his name, if you visit Ottawa, his name is on the Tour de la Paix to the Chapelle Souvenir. He's there. He's born around Montreal to Brownsburg. And I think Brownsburg is a German name too, but Brownsburg in Montreal. And he became a military on April 1941. He was in the 425 Squadron. Sorry, because
5 Squadron is
Yeah.
kind of sorry.
yeah, no, I want you to talk about it. I was going to say.
425 Squadron is a special squadron that we didn't realize at the time, but it has deep French-Canadian roots.
Yeah,
It's the Air Force equivalent to the Van Duys.
Yeah.
and I lost my page, but they were calling the 425 Sqdn. These guys were massive. They were calling. I do not remember the name. The wall, the because I'm losing my
They
pages.
were a mix of Halifax bombers and Lancaster
Yes.
bombers, flying fortresses.
The flying fortresses. He was well trained. We have looked to his training. He was trained for 2 years and a half, going to Summerside, to Centralia, to Montjoly in Quebec, to Nova Scotia, and then in 1942 we have found he was a really bad guy. So he was always absent without leave for 10 hours. I don't know, he was going drinking, sees his fiancée, I don't know. But he took off 6 times without permission and he got punished several times. And we saw the cut on his pay and stuff like that. So anyway, sorry, I have different pages because I don't have my computer. He was report missing on April 23rd. This is the only information I couldn't find. And I know his mom died just a day before. So no, her mom died 2 days before. She died on the April 21st. And when we saw his death report, we saw it was an accident or a suicide. And I was like so upset when I read that. I was like, no. So, and we went deeper and we find out that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So that was something, so that was an accident, that wasn't a suicide, because I was thinking maybe because his mother dead, he was a air gunner killing all these people. I was making link, I was thinking maybe his girlfriend gave up on him after all these years and maybe everything goes bad so he killed himself. So no, that wasn't the case. So, and before I'm going further, I would like you to talk about Düsseldorf.
Sure. So if anybody else has other information to step in. So on the night of April 22nd, 23rd, in the RCAF history, it talks about a massive bombing run on the industrial city of Düsseldorf in the Ruhr Valley in Germany. Some of the records that we were reading talk about heavy flak fire, Messerschmitts. It talks about bombing payloads, sometimes hitting other planes that are in the sortie as well. Is that the correct term for the in the sortie as well? Reading these records was really, really interesting, and the records were indicating exactly where the different squadrons were targeting, or what they were targeting in the city of Düsseldorf, and talking about the industrial complexes that they were trying to eliminate. And this is what was lending us part of the suspicion was that it said an accident, and in one of the records it was talking about getting hit from above and sparks and fire breaking out. But then we found another record that was suggesting that
There was a crash in the backyard of a grandma.
yes, the grandson is actually looking to find information on
About
the plane,
my guy.
about her
Yeah.
soldiers. Anytime you want me to shut up here.
Oh, no, it's okay.
About your soldier here, and the plane crashed in his grandmother's house. And he was looking to find information because he knew everything about what happened to his family, but he didn't know who were the crew that were part of the Halifax that crashed into his grandmother's house.
Yeah.
And in that,
That was in the town of Oden Road. Oden Road?
In Germany or in?
In Netherlands.
Okay.
And he named the plane of my guy.
yes,
Yeah. Like that was the LW 633.
yes,
He said his plane was struck down by German fighters and flak during the Düsseldorf bombing. So my guy was bombing Düsseldorf, and we know Düsseldorf was a strategic place because they were building everything there to attack us. So I was proud to find that after thinking maybe he killed himself. So the 5 of them died on this crash, but 2 guys escaped and got found 2 months after.
yes.
Right? They were captured by the German. And the guys is asking information. Of course, I'm going to try to get a hold of him, and I would love on another tour meet with Jap over there in Netherlands, and he can show us exactly like we did with Trip, exactly where it crashed. Anyway, it's another dream. So this is how my soldier ends, and I would like to continue the French legacy here because where is Lise? Lise were in the skin of a mother. Remy was in the skin of a friend, and I would like to be in the skin of his fiancée. So I wrote him a letter, like I would do if I would be Marie-Jeanne Bilodeau. So, yeah. So I should read his letter before. So he wrote her, Bonjour chérie, bien-aimée, adorée, respectée, louée, comprise, vénérée, pure, chaste, fidèle. Chérie, je vous appartiens pour la vie à vous seule. Pour moi, rien ne compte à part vous, ma chérie. Comme vous voyez, vous avez un petit gars qui est le vôtre pour la vie. N'est-ce pas, chérie? En ce qui me concerne, je suis en parfaite santé, espérant qu'il en est ainsi pour vous, ma bien-aimée. Car pour rien au monde, je ne voudrais vous savoir malade. Non, jamais. À propos de Léo Frigon, il est resté à Summerside, car je ne l'ai jamais vu ici, et un ami m'a dit qu'il est resté là-bas. Chérie, imagine-toi que dimanche passé, j'avais environ 25 amis. Aujourd'hui, je n'en ai plus que 3, car 22 sont partis hier overseas. Comme tu vois, il me faudra me refaire de nouveaux amis, n'est-ce pas, chérie? Je vais dire comme toi, chérie. Nous allons passer pour un couple de nouveaux mariés. Très bien, chérie. Au diable la marine. And this is a funny sentence because he probably was kissing her too much somewhere in Publix. And she said, well, stop. We will pass for a new lead-wed or lay-wed. Lay-wed? This is lay-wed. So, you know, like in this time, people were very... and he says, well, I'll say like you because I'm saying always chérie and my love and stuff like that. So, il dit, chérie, j'espère que tu comprendras bien mon imprudence pour les lettres qui sont restées sous le matelas et qui ont été brûlées. Je termine à regret, mais pour vous revenir très bientôt, chérie. Bonsoir, bonne nuit, beaux rêves, bonne santé de ton fiancé qui t'aime à la folie. So it's a posthumous letter I've written back, and this is in English. So this is, well, my best English. To fiancé Henri, my love, they are the words we hope we will never have to read. I don't know why I'm writing this, because I know you will never receive it. My heart is broken because I know I will never wear your ring. I will never have your children, and I will never be Madame Legault. Remember when we were kissing? I told you to stop, as we would look like new lily yard, word, whatever. I regret these moments. I am reading your letter over and over, looking at your little painting you have done for me on the envelope, looking at the tons of X's you wrote to me to send me love. You said you were mine for life, and indeed you are. I'm keeping all your letters in my nightstand, and I put the photo of you on my headboards. And every night before I go to bed, I kiss my finger, and then I touch your face. So I feel you look over me as I sleep and keep me safe in my dream. Darling, I know how much you wanted to come out of this alive to be with me again. But at least I know you're safe. Whenever I feel lonely, I just close my eyes and imagine you are right beside me. Goodbye, my love. Your fiancée, Madame Marie-Jeanne Bilodeau.